So Credit Suisse reiterates that Nio ET5 is the most promising volume product debut. China's Nio also took the wraps off its ET5 sedan, promising a sleek four-door that could challenge the Tesla Model 3 in its home market when it enters production later this year. There's so much to talk about today, so sit tight and stay tuned. Nio will speed up its new products launch schedule after 1 year. We expect Nio to launch 3 new products in 2022. We're talking about the ET5 sedan, ET7 sedan, and ES7 SUV, which will be followed by another 3 SUV products in 2023. New generation ES6 and ES8 and ES5 compact size SUV. Regarding the ET7 sedan that Nio presented during Nio Day in 2020, it's expected to see the start of the production this January and the deliveries from March 28th as announced, while the ET5 model presented in 2021 is expected to start the deliveries in September 2022. Credit Suisse also enhanced Nio autonomous driving for bringing safer and more relaxing autonomous driving from point A to point B, gradually covering cases such as on expressways, urban areas, parking, and battery swapping. Credit Suisse maintained the Outperform rating and the $83 price target for Nio. In a nutshell, they seem to believe that the ET5 has got a lot of potential. So let's find out what exactly is unique about the electric vehicle that makes it a potential Tesla Model 3 rival. The design of the planned model features a number of popular themes we've seen in recent years, remixing them into an attractive overall profile with a claimed drag coefficient of 0.24, combined with the versatility of a hatchback, with the concept version looking quite production-ready. Intended as a smaller companion to the ET7, which has the Model S in its sights, the ET5 follows the general footprint of the Model 3 while also offering autonomous driving sensors on the leading edge of the roof. Speaking of autonomous features, the automaker says that they'll be rolled out after development and validation, taking a page from Tesla's book and planning for hardware before the software itself gets to a suitable production launch point. Nio management promises that with Nio Aquila Super Sensing and Nio Atom Supercomputing, ET5 will gradually achieve a safe and reassuring autonomous driving experience for scenarios such as highways, urban areas, parking, and battery swapping. When it comes to the drivetrain, the ET5 is slated to be offered with a choice of a 75 kilowatt-hour battery good for a range of 341 miles, a 100 kilowatt-hour pack that will offer over 434 miles of range, and a monster 150 kilowatt-hour battery pack that promises 621 miles or 1,000 kilometers of range. The ET5 will also offer all-wheel drive, dual-motor versatility with 2 motors producing a combined 482 horsepower and 516 pound-foot of torque, which will allow for 4.3-second launches from 0 to 62 miles per hour. Of course, that advertised 621-mile range comes with the asterisk of China's very optimistic CLTC testing methodology, so European and EPA numbers will certainly be lower. Still, stuffing a 150 kilowatt-hour battery pack into something the size of a Tesla Model 3 should be an interesting entry into the range wars currently heating up among EV makers. The interior, meanwhile, is equally sleek and futuristic, and in keeping the genre canon, it features a large infotainment screen mounted on the center stack, a 10.2-inch HDR instrument cluster, as well as the favorite feature noted in Nio cars in the past, the Nomi robot head protruding from the center of the dash. On top of everything, Nio's vision of an electric future includes battery swapping technology, which is still seen as a promising direction in a handful of EV-friendly markets like China. This scenario involves automated stations resembling car washes that will swap out batteries from the underside of the vehicle in about 3 minutes. Needless to say, there are some real infrastructure costs with this concept that have made it unpalatable to many automakers, especially in the age of fast-charging stations, even if 10 years ago it looked like a more promising feature of EVs of the future. 2021 marked Nio's first step into the global market. After entering Norway, Nio will introduce its products and user-centric service to Germany, the Netherlands, Sweden, and Denmark in 2022. By 2025, Nio will establish its presence in over 25 countries and regions worldwide. The ET5 is scheduled to enter production in the second half of 2022, with the larger ET7 slated to arrive a bit earlier this spring. The four-door will be offered in China and in Norway at first, before making its way to other EV-friendly countries in Northern Europe amid an ambitious expansion plan by the automaker. For electric vehicle investors, China is an attractive market. Global EV sales are estimated to be roughly 6 million units for 2021. Of these, China alone is expected to account for around 2.9 million units. Yet investors remain skeptical about investing in Chinese stocks. Considering some key developments in China in 2021, such skepticism looks reasonable. However, assuming you've already considered that risk in the context of your portfolio, let's discuss whether it's a good idea to buy Nio stock at this moment. As a leading market for EVs, China obviously attracts top global players. Nio competes with established players including BYD and Tesla, as well as other new entrants including Li Auto and XPeng. Further, Nio also faces competition from legacy automakers including Volkswagen and General Motors, which are looking to capture a portion of the fast-growing Chinese EV market. So it's not just Tesla. There are a lot of companies looking to dominate the Chinese market. Among Chinese pure-play EV companies, Nio is a top player both in terms of revenue and revenue growth. Notably, BYD derives only a little over half of its revenue from vehicle sales. There are some key factors that differentiate Nio from its competitors. For starters, Nio's innovative battery-as-a-service model allows its users to swap batteries of their EVs with new ones at any of the company's 700 battery swapping stations in the country. Users can swap their discharged batteries quickly if they're short of time to recharge them. Alternatively, they may choose to swap a battery and go for a bigger or smaller pack depending on their specific need. Nio has done more than 5.3 million battery swaps so far, indicating robust demand for the same. Now, Nio is also launching two new models, the ET7, a luxury sedan, and the ET5, a midsize sedan. Moreover, the company will launch a third new model this year, which hasn't been unveiled yet. Not many of its competitors are planning to launch as many new models in the year. These upcoming models are expected to be among the best in their target segment. Both the ET5 and the ET7 come with around $106 in monthly subscriptions for autonomous driving updates. Both have different battery options, from a 75 kilowatt-hour standard range battery to a 150 kilowatt-hour battery, which can go to 620 miles on a single recharge. As we mentioned before, deliveries of ET7 are expected to commence in March and ET5 in September. The ET5 model is priced somewhere around $51,500, while ET7's price starts from around $70,300. These two new models are expected to receive a positive response from customers, boosting Nio's sales in 2022. That could also support the stock's price this year. Despite the competition, Nio has been growing its sales so far. Its upcoming models, international growth plans, and innovative offerings position it well for long-term growth. Growth prospects combined with a relatively attractive valuation make Nio stock appealing in the coming months. We all know that 2021 was a rocky year for Nio. The company was plagued by production problems thanks in part to COVID-19 and the global shortage of semiconductor chips. Unable to hold on to its huge 2020 gains, Nio stock lost 35% for the year and fell almost 20% in December alone. Looking forward, though, Nio shareholders have reason to be optimistic. In addition to strong delivery numbers, supply problems are starting to ease, and the company has got some serious plans for 2022. Let's wait it out and see how the debut of the ET7 and delivery of the ET5 will bolster Nio's growth in 2022. Well, that's all for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.